Hi everyone, my name is Thembi, Alpha Find Well. So I've been reading the book of Exodus, especially the first and the second chapter. So this is that time where Moses is born and Pharaoh is saying all boy children should be destroyed. And something caught my attention here. So Moses' mother decides that she's going to keep her child. So she says the sister Miriam should take the boy child Moses to the river. She has created this basket and she has weaved it and put tar in between so that it doesn't let water in. So Moses has been put into the river Nile to protect him from being killed. Now, what caught my attention was, can you imagine having a god? Because the Egyptians used to think that the river Nile was a god. They believed that the river Nile was a god. Now, can you imagine believing in a god that will keep your enemy? Because, Moses was termed to be an enemy because he was going to take the Israelites out of Egypt. And Israelites had become labor for the Egyptians. So they didn't want them out. They wanted them to stay as slaves there and continue working for them. So Moses was going to be the bad guy that would take the children of Israel out of Egypt and leave this economy suffering because the slaves are gone. So can you imagine having a god, the river Nile, that will keep your enemy safe? Moses is the enemy of the Egyptians. Having a god that will keep your enemy safe. You are trying by all means to kill all boy children to make sure that this deliverer does not come. But you have a god that is working against you, that is keeping that enemy without your knowledge. The river Nile, if the river Nile was truly a god, the river Nile was supposed to make sure that Moses is a baby. He has no power, he has no strength to fight for himself. But this is the time for the river Nile to destroy Moses once and for all. But you know what the river Nile does? Does something amazing, right? Amazing in a weird way. The river Nile decides to keep Moses safe. The river Nile keeps Moses safe and protects Moses. Can you imagine having a God that will breed your enemy? Make sure that your enemy is safe. Make sure that your God will protect your enemy so that the enemy will make sure the enemy does that thing that you did not want the enemy to do. I want to call your attention today to a God that is able, a God that rules, a God that calls all other gods to attention. Because can you imagine this God of heaven called to attention this God of Egyptians called the river Nile to order and made sure this river Nile keeps the baby Moses safe in a land where they were actually supposed to destroy, and most probably other authors would say they were actually throwing these babies on river Nile. Now, can you imagine having a God like this one that will listen to another God that's got another higher authority, that will listen to another God without your knowledge and is working against you? I'm calling you today to a God that is able, a God that is higher than any other God, a God that when they promise you something, they will keep it, a God that is consistent, a God that keeps his word, a God that is a strong tower, that will never leave you or let you alone, that will never work against you, that will never enable the enemy to take advantage of you. I'm calling you to a God that will remain faithful regardless of what is happening.